Providence Television International, the game changer, taking you to the outer limits of television.
Welcome to our in-house discussion program, newspaper analysis on Providence Television International. I am Ugbebo Ikekwa. With me in the studio is Dr. Emmanuel Egariba. You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much. It's been quite some time, but I'm happy to be back on this program, and I wish all our viewers well at home and all over the world. So welcome to the program.
As usual on the program, we'll be talking about trending issues. We will be starting off with the Vanguard newspapers, where we have a screaming header: insecurity. Defend yourselves. Governor Mohamed Bago charges Niger residents.
No, honestly, when I hear things like this, I'm really worried. I'm disturbed because it's a double-edged sword. And don't forget that has been a volatile area. In fact, that axis. Remember, about a couple of years ago, retired General Danjuma also told the people of Taraba that yes, it's like the security forces have failed, so you must arm yourselves against bandits. This is what the gentleman is saying in Niger State. And I think it's also a pointer to the fact that they can no longer rely on our security agencies, which is sad. Now, you're asking people to arm themselves. Where do they even get the ammunition from? Where do they get the arms and ammunition from? Is government ready to provide those things? Are they going to be trained in the handling of arms? That's two. And three, what makes government think that the bandits will be deterred by this? So these are issues that we need to address. And I believe that once they start in Niger State, it will go round. I mean, for instance, in the southwest, people have been killed almost indiscriminately. All right? And it's all over the country. Let's not just zero in on one part of the country. It's happening all over the country. I remember Khan is saying that Christians are being slaughtered, even though that has been diffused by the Sultan of Sokoto and even the presidency. But the fact remains that people are dying. All right. Now, let's take the United States. In some states, you're allowed to handle guns
exactly,
and all of that. But that has not stopped, the onslaught from all kinds of marauders. It has not. So the problem is still there in the United States to today. Now, what do we find in all of this? We find that there's a failure, it's a systemic failure, all right, and government must admit that. But I have always said that it's not beyond redemption. Quite frankly, it's not beyond redemption if we up our game. Because these bandits, they are within the people, they are within the communities. So I've always said it, and I'm repeating it here, that all we need to do is to do more of intelligence work. Even before they strike, they should be taken out. Usually what happens is, and we have seen it on pages of newspapers, that the havoc is done, then shortly after that we'll begin to do some palliative stuff. So, but that's not good enough. We must do a lot of intelligence work. And we must work in tandem with the local vigilante.
Okay.
Yes, we must work in tandem. I mean, if you're going to arm the local vigilante fully, that's a different ballgame. But for every citizen, for God's sake, I don't know, that may not sound too plausible. But that's what it is. I mean, it means also that the governor has been boxed into a corner.
Yes.
Yes. It's not the first governor that is crying out. Professor Zulum in Borno State has been crying and crying. In fact, at a point in time, almost 10 local governments were in the hands of bandits.
Yes.
So, what are our security forces doing? Oftentimes, we give them kudos for taking out some of these bandits. But it seems to me that the more we talk about that, the more the spiral effect across the country, particularly up north. Yes, it's more alarming in the north, for instance. I mean, Niger State is in the north.
Yes.
Okay, Taraba is in the north, Sokoto is in the north, Katsina is in the north. Yes, but yes, the government has to do something, even if it means taking whole battalions to these trouble areas. I will support it wholeheartedly.
All right. Are you in support of the fact that the governor has come out to say that he will not pay any ransom, that will be aiding the terrorists and kidnappers.
In fact, that sounds like a bit of an irony. Why must government pay ransoms?
Okay.
You are encouraging them because they will think that, oh yeah, this is big business.
Mhm.
And it's amazing. I mean, what is so amazing is that these guys collect this ransom. Why can't you take them out at the point of collection of the ransoms? Yes. I mean, we thank God for technology. There are drones now all over the place. We can use drones to track them down. But people have said, maybe rightly, maybe wrongly, that people who aid and abet these bandits are within the system.
Oh, of course.
Yes,
Of
they
course.
have often said
They've
that.
often
and
said that, yes.
Yes, and nobody has come. I mean, we've seen bandits going out for naming ceremonies and all that, for turbaning
For turbaning
ceremonies. We've seen that
Yes.
on national television.
Yes.
Yes, so what are we talking about? And government, in some cases, is part of the negotiating team. Why must we come to negotiate with bandits? That's the question. Why?
And so it's just like the American stand that they do not negotiate with terrorists.
Of course.
Mm.
Yes, I'm sure that people watched it was a movie, very fine movie. It was an epic. What do you call it now? Yes, there was this movie which was very popular at the time.
Yeah, I think
Air Force One.
Air Force One, oh yes.
Air Force One.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you had hijackers, but they did not. And that's the American spirit. They did not negotiate with those people, and eventually they were taken out through the instrumentality of technology and all of that. I mean, we can, and I have said here, look, there are countries that are experts in handling issues such as this. Don't bring them in as such, because that way, in a way, it will be losing our sovereignty. But you can send our experts out to those countries. Let them learn how to handle situations such as this. Let them learn. We have military people, police personnel. Send them out. Let them spend 6 months, 1 year. Let them come back and handle the situations the way they should be handled.
It brings us would you advise that? Well, maybe not everybody will be able to have that we should amend our gun laws like it has been done in the United States.
Gun laws, but they must be licensed, of course.
Definitely.
Yes, they must be licensed. It's a deterrent, but, well, how far can that go? But that will also mean that there must be a leeway for people who are going to purchase these instruments. If, for instance, a rifle will cost almost 250,000, you can bring the prices down so that they can be quite affordable by people. But when they're expensive, when the prices run through the roof, how many people are going to afford them? That's another area they must look at.
They must look at
yes.
Okay.
And you must also train people in the handling of guns. Not everybody can handle guns. Yes, not everybody. Okay. So you must train people. If you must have possession of arms and ammunition, then you must be trained in the proper handling.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Just before we move away from the issue of insecurity, we have noticed over time it's now become a trend, especially when it comes to Catholic priests. And there are some individuals, not just Catholic priests, Christians, in quote, I underline that, Christians are now advocating that Reverend Fathers should be able to carry arms. Since they become a target, at least at the point of they are having to be attacked, they can defend themselves. Are you in support of this motion?
Well, it will run contrary to what the good Lord did. You remember the biblical story. Oh, no, Peter, you shouldn't do that. If you have a legion of people here, can take them down. I have the power. And for Reverend Fathers to be carrying arms, what do you tell the faithful? They will lose hope completely in the church. In other words, prayers will have failed. That's the tipping point. Prayers will have failed. But I also know, and this is quite serious, that's one of the states, I don't want to mention the diocese there, one of the priests, one of the old priests in the place, is in charge of the vigilante group.
Okay.
A Catholic priest, yes,
okay.
in one part of the country. That I know very well because I have this privileged information. So, but that's wrong. That will run contrary to the ideal. For instance, I don't pray for a day when a Reverend Father will be at Mass, then you have an AK-47 hanging across his shoulders. What? That would be strange. It will be an oddity. So, but that will not even help the situation because it will reduce the number of people who come for Mass. It shows that security has broken down completely. Okay. But I think that government must do its work. Believe it or not, there's no collaboration between the Christian body and government forces. These things will be reduced considerably.
All right, let us go to another very worrisome issue that actually came to notice. On the front page of the Guardian newspapers, we have UK warns citizens about the risk in methanol poisoning in fake drinks sold across Nigeria.
This is very disturbing, I must tell you. It's quite disturbing. And where do we even start from? You go somewhere in Benin, I don't want to mention the areas, you go somewhere, I mean the gentleman who is, not the gentleman, the fellow who is selling the drinks, they say, please, Oga, wait, let me go to the back and get you something. These are adulterated drinks, and people consume all kinds of things these days. And first of all, the health hazards are there. I went through, I was able to get some information yesterday that some of these chemicals, nausea, okay, all kinds of infections, kidney failure, in other words, renal issues, and of course death. And you take them. And to be sure that we're saying it correctly, we also want to tell the people, oh, by the way, there is nothing now you cannot find in bottles. I mean, all kinds of poison, you find them in bottles. All kinds of colors. Yes. Some are maroon, some are green, some all sorts of colors, and they display them openly. Now I ask, what's the duty of NAFDAC?
Okay.
Because I keep remembering Professor Dora Quinley. I hope you can show the picture there. Yes, that's the wonderful woman. She's late now, by the way. She went into the interior. Yes, drugs, drinks, and all that. She was a pain in the neck of these people. And at the end of the day, she died, unfortunately. May I also continue to rest in peace. NAFDAC then, in that time, was very functional. You know, in fact, it was dreaded.
Of course.
But right now, I don't know what is happening. It's a shame, really, that government organs such as that is not applying enough force to be sure that these people they are put where they belong. That's one. Number two, people should be wary. Yes, I think there should be enough public enlightenment. Like what we are doing now, for instance, they should be wary of what they consume. Because, first of all, your health is important. Once you I mean, look at methanol, for instance. Go to that story again. Methanol. And the UK has warned. Yes. The consumption, that's it, about the risk in methanol poisoning. Methanol is a very terrible chemical. But we consume these things. And well, that's why you hear cases of renal failure and all of that. And in those days, we never heard of dialysis. No, but today, we are hearing of dialysis on a daily basis. And people are taking in all kinds of things. Even yesterday, you remember, we talked about artificial ripening of fruits.
Yes.
Which is another terrible danger in this country. All these people, I don't know what they call them, they sell all kinds of fruits, mangoes, oranges, and all that. And they ripen these fruits artificially. With what? With chemicals. And we consume them. I don't take, in fact, I've stopped taking oranges from these people who sell these things along the roads. No, I don't. Okay? Because the dangers are obvious. Now, even drinks. I don't buy drinks from just anywhere. I go to malls. Because those people will not want to...
They're sure of the source.
They're sure of the source, one, and they don't want to go into any kind of odium. Right. So they sell what is right. And you are sure of it may be expensive. But let's go to a piece we have there to avoid fake drinks. There are certain things that we must take cognizance of to avoid fake drinks. Number one, they buy from reputable retailers. That's what I've just talked about. Go to the malls, the big malls. They sell drinks that you are sure of. But by the time you buy from roadside people, you are committing suicide. It's nothing short of it. That's number one. Number two, beware of brand names you have never heard of. Yes, buy the ones that you know. Because all these things come in, they stampede you into all kinds of things. That's what has been said. Beware of brand names you have never heard of, and prices that are usually low. Meaning that the original one, you buy maybe at about 10,000, they sell the other one for you at about 6,000. Something is wrong somewhere. So you must run away quickly. 3, watch out for poor labels and spelling errors. This is very common these days. Poor labels. Labels You bring out two products. One is dark,
Yes.
the other one is bright.
Yes.
You must be able to decipher
Mm.
which one is wrong. And spelling errors. Sometimes the products are wrongly spelled.
Very true.
Yes, in the process of putting all these things together, they spell these things wrongly.
Mm.
So you must know that. Number 4, if any drink tastes or smells bad, don't drink it.
Yeah.
Don't. Some of them, look, a friend of mine told me 2 years ago that he bought, what do you call it, sachet water
Okay.
from, no, bottled water really, table water,
Mm.
that is.
Mm.
What was he smelling of? Human waste.
Wow.
Human waste. In this same country, human waste. And he smelled it, he quickly. Suppose somebody had a nasal problem, he couldn't smell properly. I mean, you consume all that stuff. In any case, the woman who was selling this thing was arrested, promptly arrested.
Mm.
And that was it. But let's go back to that. I think there's a last point there. Make sure the cap is sealed properly. This is also very common. Sometimes you want to open a drink, you twist and twist, and the thing just keeps rolling.
Yes.
You know?
Mm.
And sometimes it becomes so difficult to even open some.
So.
Yes. And what is he saying there? It could easily have been tampered with. Once you tamper with the cover
Mm.
or the cap,
Mm.
it loses traction. That's what it is, and that becomes quite dangerous.
And so, do you think that the NAFDAC, as the case may be, and SON, Standards Organization of Nigeria, that they're not doing
they
it
must
now?
collaborate.
Okay.
Yeah, they must collaborate. In fact, there are many organizations that you work together in this.
Mm.
NAFDAC is at the apex. SON, Standards Organization of Nigeria, is there. NOAA
Mm.
is also there.
Okay.
Yes, what we are doing now, NOAA can do it. They can sponsor enlightenment programs.
Yeah.
Let us enlighten our people,
Mm.
for goodness sake.
Mm.
Then the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria,
Mm.
particularly when it comes to drugs
Mm.
across the counter.
Mm.
You go to some medicine stores, they will tell you, Oga, is it the original you want or the other one? I mean, something that people are going to consume. The same thing with spare parts.
Yes.
Yes. Go to spare parts market. They will tell you,
Mm.
is it the original you want or the other one? Apparently, one is more expensive than the other.
Definitely.
So, but if you buy the cheaper one, your car is in trouble.
Mm.
So, we must have the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Even the NMA, yes, can be brought in.
Okay.
Yes, because they must also enlighten people on the dangers of the consumption of some of these products. I mean, we just talked about some of them. There are many.
Yes.
Yes, there are very many. But the most common probably would be renal problem, kidney.
Yeah.
Yes, because the kidney is the organ that filters. If it cannot filter, if it's overloaded with poison, what happens?
That's quite dangerous.
Yeah, it's quite dangerous, yes.
And now we'll go down to the front page of the Punch newspapers, where we have 60 hospitalized as Niger tanker accident deaths hit 39.
Honestly, my heart bleeds. It bleeds because almost 40 people have died.
Yes.
Roasted.
Mm.
Look, roasted beyond recognition. I've said it on this program repeatedly.
Mm.
Let it not look like one is tired of it, because we're on national service.
Yes.
This station is on national service as far as this issue is concerned. We must enlighten our people against the dangers involved.
Mm.
A tanker falls down. It is a time bomb.
Yes.
It can explode anytime. I said it before. Look, PMS is liquid bomb. Once it ignites, you can't stop it. It ignites and it's an explosion. That's you. Show that picture again. Show that picture again. The explosion. The tanker.
Well, while he's
sure.
while he's doing that, I've always asked this question: is it that Nigerians just have a death wish?
Death wish, yes. I think that's the right expression.
Mm.
And suicide.
Mm.
Yeah, because you go there knowing fully well that this thing has the capability of exploding.
Yeah.
You see, go there and scoop.
Exactly.
The one that just happened in Niger State,
Mm.
it's a sad aspect of our national life. That's happened before. You remember the Jesse incident
Exactly,
many
the
years
Jesse
ago.
incident,
It's
yes.
still going on. Why must people commit themselves to suicide? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Let's have that
The picture from the Punch, the headlines from the Punch newspaper.
Yes, you can see that.
Exactly.
It gets to a point the whole thing explodes
Yes.
completely.
Mm.
Yeah, it's burning now quietly, but it gets to a time
There's an explosion.
there's an explosion.
Yes.
It's just waiting now to explode.
Mm.
And people go near this kind of thing to scoop fuel. It's suicide.
Exactly.
Yes. Look, the drivers of this vehicle, I think they have been trained. Have you seen drivers die in this kind of incident? Because they know that they go far immediately. They run for their dear lives, and yet people gravitate towards the incident. So you can see what is happening. The drivers usually they know that their lives are in danger. They run away quickly as far as their legs can carry them. But our people will run towards that same spot of danger. Now we're going to show you some pictures. I'm sorry about this, but it's graphic. But we must warn that these images are not too graphic, and we must apologize to our viewers. But let's show you a little bit to support what we are saying. Yes, can we see those the pictures? Yeah, these are human beings arising from that explosion. That explosion, yes. Roasted, completely roasted, beyond recognition. You can't pick up anybody completely here. At all. No, you cannot. And look at this. Look at this. This is a national tragedy. Exactly. Brought upon themselves. Yes, it's going to scoop fuel. So please, MCR, we can knock it off. I think that's enough. I've seen enough. So yes. I mean, it's too graphic.
But it still comes to mind that was why I made use of the phrase "a death wish." You could show this from now till tomorrow and let anything happen by the next 2 minutes after watching this. They're still there. They're still there.
But that's where organizations, where the media has a role to play in this. Yes, the media has a role to play in this. But NOAA must also collaborate with the media.
Exactly.
National Orientation Agency. Let us give our people the right orientation as to the dangers involved in this kind of incident. It's a pity that those lives have been lost. Some of them are breadwinners.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. What are they looking for? Oh, petrol is by 1,000 naira per litre. Now, if I scoop about 5 litres, that gives me a lot of money. Greed, ignorance, and lack of education. Because I don't imagine that anybody who has a proper education will go near that kind of thing, knowing the dangers. I mean, these are people who are just down the road. But however, we must sympathize with their families. They're going to give them mass burial, apparently, because you can't pick up complete body, from that kind of inferno. So our hearts reach out to their families. We hope that such incidents will not happen again. But our roads too must be fixed.
I was coming there.
Our roads must be fixed because tankers just keep falling off our roads. Yes, remember Sapele Road here? There was one incident. Luckily, there was no fuel. The thing just tipped over. Exactly. And people were already running towards it to come and scoop fuel. But they got there. Unfortunately, there was nothing to scoop. So they ran back home. If there was fuel in that, they would scoop. Yes. So I don't know what is wrong with Nigerians. Very poor mental attitude. Very, very poor indeed. Yes, as you rightly said, look, if after the Niger State incident, assume it's in the same local government area, 5 kilometers away, another incident like this happens, people will
go there. Exactly.
They will say, no, those people, they have bad luck. That's what they will say. They didn't know what they were doing. They will run to the same spot, the same danger. So you see what we're talking about. It's unfortunate. So all the organs of government must collaborate in this regard and lighten our people properly. But we must also fix our roads. If the roads are smooth, tankers will not follow.
But that's very, very true. But there's also
tankers will not follow.
Yes, there has also been this postulation that they should reduce the load that the tankers, that's the volume. Instead of maybe 60,000 liters, there should be a maximum of like 30,000 liters. If this could help, while these tanker drivers
you are saying that 30,000 cannot kill people.
Well, I'm not saying they cannot kill people, but
but even if you reduce, it doesn't amount to anything.
Okay.
It doesn't. And in any case, the economic value of that cannot be lost on us. There are some areas that have no fuel, so you must go and service them and all of that. But in the final analysis, things like this that go into combustion, high-level combustion, they go by rail, not roads. Yes, that's why our rail system must be very, very functional. You go by rail, the rail system will not tip over. You put tankers, even gas. Yes, liquefied gas. You put them on rails. If you put them on rails, nobody will talk about road accidents and road crashes such as this. The thing will just go, the destination is sure, there's no encumbrance on the way, and the products will get there safely. But on the roads, first of all, you are not even sure of the mental attitude of the drivers. I've never seen a thing in this whole life like that. When a driver will tell you that it's safer to drive by night, That's what they do, these guys. And as I said earlier on in one of our programs, they take all kinds of substances.
Yes.
In one head, they have tramadol, is there. They have ogogoro, is there, in one head.
Yeah.
They have tobacco. Then they have snuff. Two Cranitol, they have snuff, all in one head. And they tell you that, oh, that's where they have the best vision.
Exactly.
That's a tragedy.
I think
just waiting to happen.
I think that the FRSC should go into mental evaluation of drivers.
Yeah, it's also one of the stakeholders,
Yes.
by the way. Yes, the FRSC, sorry, I forgot to mention them. I will just carry some news day before yesterday.
Exactly.
Yes, a couple of days ago.
The sensitization campaign.
Yes. Because of the Ember months. Yes. But I also suggested some time ago that, look, the major entry points or exit points in Edo State, for instance, once in a while, gather all these people and give them proper orientation. Yes, proper orientation for safe driving. But that's just on one hand. Cost of maintenance has gone up considerably. Motor spare parts you cannot buy now, so they continue to manage what they have. And these things break down very easily. Okay, but the worst of all is the situation on our roads.
Exactly.
Yes, and these things, I mean, look at the mechanism. The head is small, but the tail, the body, is large. So if there's any disconnect, it easily tips over. And that's the end of the story. Yes.
Well. On this note, I would want to say that the CEO, Providence Television International, has a parting shot.
Our parting shot will remain the same based on what we have been discussing. I don't want to veer out, well, fortunately. The issue is, let us fix our roads. If the roads are smooth, you can hardly have road crashes, in spite of the attitude of the drivers. I mean, for instance, if the roads are dualized, you're going on your own, the other fellow is coming the opposite direction. You go quietly to where you're going. Time was in this same country. I mean, for instance, when I was in government in those days, we used to go to Abuja from Benin by road, 4 hours. But the road was good. Right, from Benin to Abuja, 4 hours. 2 lanes going, 2 lanes backwards. So we hardly. I can't remember if we ever saw things like this, because the road was very good. But what do you say now? You can't pound your chest and say that, yeah, this road is in a perfect condition. And in any case, you fix a road today, in the next 2-3 months, they go bad.
Substandard materials.
Substandard materials. Lack of proper inspection. They go bad. I mean, if the contract term says 9 inches, for instance, they will do 3 inches or 4 inches, as the case may be. It goes bad. And then you have seepage, water erosion and all sort of things. They eat from the shoulders. They eat in from the shoulders, and then you have problems. So, but on the long run, let us have a rail system.
Okay.
Rail system is the antidote to all of this. It happens abroad. Why can't it happen here? Okay, where you are carrying combustible materials like fuel, you must go on the rail system, not the roads. Because, and sometimes I think God is really wonderful. Most times when these things happen, they happen in areas that are isolated. In areas that are isolated. And God is so merciful. Because if it happens in a high density area, houses will be burnt beyond recognition.
Definitely.
Yes. And people will be involved. Lives will be involved. So, but thank goodness that we've not had anything of the sort. There was a case in Delta State a few years ago. The young guy, I think, was given an award eventually. There was failure in the brake system.
Okay.
And it was within the community, and he was looking for somewhere to put this load, this moving inferno. He was looking for a place to go and dump it, and eventually was able to maneuver. Yes, and he went somewhere very close to the bush, far away from high density area. And the young man was given an award. Kudos to him, because a lot of lives have been lost in the process. So that's the way it is.
Well, I want to thank you once again, sir, for coming to the studio.
And lastly, well, maybe you permit me to say this. Some of our programs are open for sponsorship. Let me just quickly say that. What's trending? A beautiful program. What's trending? Wonders of Creation. Yes, these are lovely programs from this station.
Exactly. Fashion
and style. Yes, we've had wonderful responses, even from abroad. Ladies, for instance. If a lady called in and said, "Look, Emmanuel, that style you showed, I've been looking for it, even though I'm 70 years old. But that's, because the station really, our objective is, let's talk about the serious aspect news. Let's also relax our viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
To talk about fashion and style, health matters. I think it's not news all the time. Yes, you agree with me.
Exactly.
We also have what they call in magazine production. You have what they call a soft sell. Right. That's what we want to do. An aggregate of this and this and that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. And so on this note, I want to say, viewer, thank you so much, and do not forget to tell your friends and family about Providence Television International. Please stay tuned.